Arachnophobia is a fear of spiders. Thalassophobia is a fear of vast open bodies of water. Similarly, megalophobia is a fear of grand structures, of big things. From that we can infer that the Greek word phobos, hence phobia, can be used to describe basically any type of fear there is, that exists. However, homophobia seems to be in this strange position because, as the old joke goes, I am not homophobic. I am not afraid of gay people. And some people argue that this does not describe fear of gay people. This phobia simply describes a kind of prejudice against homosexual people. But I don't think it would be right to simply add homophobia as an exemption to this rule. Because why would it be one? I believe that homophobia still speaks to some kind of fear. It's not of homosexual people. It speaks to fear of being gay. And you might say, well, you can be 100% sure that you are 100% straight. So how could you be homophobic in this situation? Well, perhaps you could let me explain what do I mean by being gay. Because you can be gay, you can be straight, whatever, but you can also be perceived by others as gay or straight. In fact, you may possess characteristics that actually gay people don't have, but in broader culture, there is an idea of being gay, which has nothing to do with actual homosexuals, but rather as a set of undesirable characteristics. And if you fear that you will be seen as possessing them, then you might be homophobic. And it is so convoluted because this set of characteristics that is called gay, and people who are gay are in turn brought together into one thing. So, where did I get this idea from? From my ass. And also from my experiences as a human being. Because, when you are younger, when you are in school, perhaps it peaks around middle school, calling others gay or being called gay is one of the insults that young boys hate and fear the most, because it didn't have anything to do with being homosexual truthfully, but rather if somebody called you gay, that was an insult. And if others would see you as being gay, well, how to say it? In words of today's youth, and that would lose you a lot of aura. And I believe it mostly happened in places like locker rooms. If you ever done any martial arts or any physical sports, then it probably happened there as well. And sometimes even just straight in the open at schools and such. And you might do something that others want to make fun of, and that would be called gay, even if It had nothing to do with homosexuality. But because it kind of targets actual homosexual people, it also kind of trains you that all those undesirable negative characteristics that people make fun of, that people laugh at, are connected to gay people. Homophobia trains young people to hate actual homosexuals by making them feel kind of lesser because they are being called gay. It's a pejorative term, at least it was in my youth, and so on and so on. I don't know what's the situation today, but I guess it happens a lot still. And yet, as you grow older, a lot of people kind of lose this initial interaction, so that calling somebody gay is not seen as such a bad thing to hear, and yet the prejudice against gay people still persists, still exists. Even if, you know, kind of stereotypically, but also truthfully, if you work with a lot of men and spend a lot of time around men, there will be a lot of game game gay homoerotic jokes and stuff happening just as kind of a fun thing. Perhaps it, in a weird way, solidifies that you are not gay, actually gay, because you are like free and easygoing when things like that happen. But you assert yourself as not being actually gay. Uh, I don't know. Maybe. But still, the fact is that a lot of people lose this initial negative connotation to being called gay, or even lose the space to be called gay. Because if somebody calls you gay as an adult, that's like, what? That's a strange pejorative word to call somebody. And I wanted to mention one more thing for your own knowledge, because I guess I might reach some people that do not know this fact on their own. And it is something that I learned because of one of my friends that I used to know. Well, friends, colleagues, I guess. And because he was a very homophobic man, and he was very expressive about how much he hates gay people. And after a while of that, if you are like that, people might start to wonder, what makes you so angry? What makes you so emotional? And because of how things work and what we know of people that are very anti-homosexuals, especially, there's a lot of politicians who are anti-homosexuals while being secretly homosexual. People might start to think that if you are so very like angry, so emotional, that you might be gay yourself. So keep that in mind. If you are very openly hostile towards the very idea, people will start wondering, why are you so emotional about it? What causes all of this uh, emotionality, I guess? So homophobia, in fact, might turn around and make you look more gay than if you just did not give a fuck. So there's that. I needed to record something for today. So here's this thing without a script. Have a great day.